All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, all honor, all glory to YAHAWAH, bahasham, Yahawashi, bahasham, qadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching me this truth according to the Bible through the spirit and power of YAHAWAH, bahasham, Yahawashi. And a sincere peace and salutation to all you hopeful La'akim out there, pushing his word in all truth and sincerity, doing the work as YAHAWAH, bahasham, Yahawashi has created us to do, so he can wake up and seal the elect of the nation of Israel, which consists of you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and you Israelites who are scattered amongst the heathen nations that may look like the heathen nations, but your father's seed line goes back to you being a so-called black, Hispanic, and Native American, one of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. Shalom. It's your brother Halaki from the GMS Denver camp coming back once again through the spirit and power of YAHAWAH, bahasham, Yahawashi with another video. And this time I want to tackle the topic going into this war that they just called a ceasefire for in the land of Israel, man. Now, these people proclaim to be the chosen people of the Most High, but they don't fulfill any of the prophecies that the Most High has proclaimed is supposed to happen with the children of the Most High, or the Israelites. Because when we go into the scriptures, it tells us clearly that there will be no more war on the earth, that there will be no more violence in the land of Israel. That was supposed to take place in 1948 when these people went back into the land to establish the state of Israel. There was supposed to be peace on earth, no more war. But that's not happening. They're claiming to be the chosen people of the Most High, the children of Israel, but they're not fulfilling anything that pertains to the children of Israel. You see? It's like, they're not fulfilling any of the prophecies that pertain to the children of Israel going back into their land, man. And these are things that you have to take into consideration when these people make these claims about being the Israelites or the chosen people of the Most High. If they're going to put that title upon themselves, they have to fulfill the things in prophecy that the Most High said will be happening with his people, point blank period. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And all of those things should have been fulfilled back in 1948. But did that happen? No, it didn't. Now, let's show you. Let's show you. Because you got to feel, I just typed in War in Israel 2022. Israel and Gaza militants exchange fire after deadly strikes. That's something that's not supposed to be happening according to prophecy. With these things happening, okay, with these people proclaiming to be the Israelites, the Most High's chosen people, and these situations right here happening, deadly strikes between the two militaries of these different nations. This right here makes the Most High a liar. If his people are at war, when they return back into the land, that makes the Most High a liar. Because according to what the Most High said will be happening with the chosen people, is this. This is Ezekiel 34. Let's go to it. Let me see. There's another one I wanted. Now that I want to freeze. Salakia. Salakia, man. Sheesh. Let me see. Yeah, Jeremiah 30:10, it says, "What? Therefore fear thou not, O my servant Jacob, saith Yahweh, neither be dismayed, O Israel. For lo, I will save thee from afar, and thy seed from the land of their captivity. And Jacob shall return where? To their land." And these people proclaim that they fulfilled that in 1948, right? All right, if that's the case, why hasn't this happened? And shall be in rest and be quiet, and none shall make him afraid. So if they are proclaiming to be the chosen people, and them going into the land of Israel in 1948, establishing the state of Israel and setting it up, if that fulfills prophecy, why hasn't the rest come to pass? Them being at rest and them being quiet. Because if you go back into history, they were bombed the first night they were in that land. That's not what the prophecies say. If the chosen people go into the land and they're attacked the first night, that will make the Most High a liar, and he didn't fulfill his word unto him. He didn't bring it to pass. So who are these people who is in a constant and continual state of war? Because that's not what will be happening with the Most High's chosen people according to prophecy. Let's go to this real quick. I want to see what's Yep, right here in the NLT. Jeremiah 30:10 in the NLT, it says what? So do not be afraid, Jacob, my servant. Do not be dismayed, Israel, says Yahawah. For I will bring you home again from distant lands, and your children will return from their exile. Israel will return to a life of peace and quiet. Is it peace and quiet going on in the land of Israel? No. Constant bombardments of fucking mortars. Them running into bomb shelters. That's not peace and quiet, man. The Most High lied. You see, if these are his chosen people that's in the land of Israel right now, the Most High lied. He said they were going to they were going to have peace and quiet, but that's the complete opposite of what's happening. You know why? It's because they are not the Israelites. They're not the true people. They're imposters, man. They don't fit the prophecies that pertain to the Most High's people going to the land. We are the Israelites. We are the ones that's going to be brought home from distant lands, saved from the land of our captivity to be brought back into our land. And then we're going to have peace and quiet in our land. And it says what? And no one would terrorize them. You had hundreds of missiles just the other day shot into the land of Israel. That's being terrorized. If they're the chosen people, the Most High lied. They're constantly and continually being terrorized over there in the land of Israel. If they are the chosen people, the Most High lied, man. They are not the Israelites. They are not the Most High's chosen people. They are imposters. And that's why all those things are happening unto them. That's why none of the things the Most High promised to come to that will come to pass with his chosen people are happening unto those people, is because they are not the Israelites. This is what you have to take into consideration when you look over there at the state of Israel and the things that they're going through. Do they fulfill what the Most High said will be happening with his people? Is that a fulfillment of biblical prophecy? Is that a fulfillment of the word of Yahawah? His people being constantly bombarded by their enemy? No, that's not a fulfillment. So why are these things happening unto them if the Most High said his people are going to return back into their land and have peace and quiet? A light should go off. You know why it's not? You know why these things are not happening as the Most High said? It has to be that these people are not the chosen people. A light should go off. It's all about the will and the word of Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi coming to pass. And with these people, it's not happening. All these things that you read about, the chosen people, the seed of Jacob returning to the land, that pertains to us. You see? Let's get another one. I don't want to make it too long, man, because it's clear as day, man, that these people are imposters. Because what does the prophecy say? That's what it's all about. What does prophecy say? What does the word of Yahawah say is going to happen? What did the Most High say was going to happen when his people return? That's all it's about. Real quick, let me get some water. That's all it's about. The word of Yahawah coming to pass as he said it would come to pass, man. So Isaiah 2, you can go also read this in Micah chapter 4, as it tells you right here in the top of the screen. Isaiah 2:1. the word that Isaiah the son of Amos saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem. And it shall come to pass in the last days, that the mountain of Yahweh's house shall be established in the top of the mountains, and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow unto it. That means the what? The government of Israel is supposed to be the top government on the earth, and all nations are supposed to flow unto it. That was supposed to be happening or taking place ever since 1948, something we don't see happening. These nations that surround Israel hate those people, man. You see? So that's another strike against them to show that they're not the chosen people. Now, what else is supposed to happen? Verse 3, and many people shall go and say, come ye, let us go up to the mountain of Yahweh, to the house of the God of Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways, and we will walk in his paths, for out of Zion shall go forth the law, and the word of Yahawah bahasham Yahawashi from Jerusalem. Is that happening? Are all the nations flowing to the land of Israel to learn the righteous ways of Yahawah bahasham Yahawashi? To learn the law, statutes, and commandments? No, they're not. That's another strike against those people. You see? All that's being promoted out of the land of Israel right now is nothing but wickedness. Even over there in the Holy Land, you have 3 different religions set up. Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, which are all false religions. They're not pushing forth the law, statutes, and commandments from the land of Israel. And you don't see all nations gathering there to learn the righteous ways of the Almighty Yahweh, man. As he said what happened when his chosen people go back into the land. Once again, a light bulb shall go off in your head. Well, why ain't this coming to pass? Why hasn't this happened yet? It's because those people who are proclaiming to be the chosen people are not the chosen people. 1 + 1 = 2, man. It's clear as day. It's clear to see. If you have the Holy Spirit, that is. Now, what else is supposed to happen? Verse 4. And he shall judge among the nations, and shall rebuke many people. And they shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war any more. So ever since 1948, there was supposed to be no more war on the earth, according to the word of the things that the Heavenly Father Yahweh has spoken. And as we can go back into history and show you, the first night that the state of Israel was established, what happened? They were bombed by Egypt. That was the Most High signifying and putting the world on notice that these are not my people. Go back and check my word and say and see what I said, what happened when my people went back into the land. You see? They didn't fulfill that when they went back. Once again, that light bulb should be going off in your head. Why haven't they fulfilled this? Why is there still war in the earth? Why are the nations still building nuclear weapons? Why do you still have these military set up with all these weapons being circulated all throughout the earth? When the Most High said that nation would not lift up sword against nation anymore. Why are all these things happening? Why did Vietnam take place? Why did Desert Storm take place? Why did the war in Iraq take place? The Most High said there will be no more war on the earth once the Israelites go back into the land. But all we've seen ever since 1948 is constant and continual wars happening in the earth. You know why? It's because those people who have established that state of Israel are not the Israelites. They are imposters. They are Edomites. You see? That's why none of the things that pertain to the children of Israel have come to pass with those people, because they are not the children of Israel. Point blank period, man. They are Edomites. This is why you see war raging in the earth, man. This is why you see them dropping bombs all throughout the land of Israel. Oh, another prophecy. What does Isaiah 60 say? Real quick. Isaiah 60, this is a prophecy of the kingdom of heaven. And when the Israelites go back into the land, when they're back in power, right? So this should have took place in 1948. Isaiah 60 and 18 says what? Violence shall no more be heard in thy land. But that's all you've just seen over the past couple days. That's all you've seen happen in the land ever since 1948. Violence. So the things that are taking place in the land of Israel with those people, they don't fit what Yahweh bahasham Yahawashi said would happen with his people. Isaiah 16:18, violence shall no more be heard in thy land, wasting nor destruction within thy borders. And that's all that's going on over there. Wasting and destruction, man. But thou shalt call thy walls salvation and thy gates praise. You see? The prophecies, the Most High let you know through his word what will be taking place in the earth, man. And this is how we can point out who's who. This is how we know that those people who are in the land of Israel, the small headers, the 1948ers, are not the chosen people, because they don't fit what Yahweh bahasham Yahawashi said will be happening with the chosen people. Point blank period, man. They don't fit the prophecies. They don't add up to what Yahweh bahasham Yahawashi said will be happening with the Israelites. It's because they are not the Israelites. They are the Edomites, perpetrating and proclaiming to be us. You see? The answers are right here in prophecy, man. We are the Israelites still in the land of our captivity, awaiting salvation to be taken back into our land. And then all these things are about peace and never being terrorized again are going to come to pass. Why? It's because we are the Israelites. We are the chosen people of Yahweh bahasham Yahawashi, and not those people who established that land, that state of Israel in 1948. We are the ones who are fitting the prophecies of what the Most High said will be happening with the chosen people. Why? It's because we are his chosen people. Hey, so with that, man, I'm going to give all praise, all honor, all glory to Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, bahasham qadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching me this truth according to the Bible through the spirit and power of Yahweh bahasham Yahawashi. And a sincere peace and salutation to all you hopeful elect I came out there pushing his word in all truth and sincerity, doing the work as Yahweh bahasham Yahawashi has created us to do. With that, Mr. Shalom, YAHAWAH, Abba, Ball.